What's going on YouTube? Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Welcome to Texas Podcast. Thank you for all the day ones, all the new subscribers, all the likes, all the comments, all the feedback. Thank you so much. Greatly appreciated. Hopefully everybody's having as they would call it, what's the day? Hump day? Wednesday? Hopefully everybody's having a good Wednesday, midweek. I know it's Easter weekend coming up. And I know some people are off for Good Friday. I know the kids are off for Good Friday. So hopefully it's a short week for a lot of people out there. It's been a minute since I guess it's what I guess somebody said this is the 400 or the 4,000. Well, I guess this is going to be the 4,001 uh replay, whatever you want to call it. It's been a minute since we touched up on it or even watched it. It's been a minute since we watched the documentary, man. If you don't like what's being watched, you don't have to watch, man. Nobody, you waste more energy posting your negative comments in the comment section. If you don't want to watch it, don't watch, man. Go do something productive with your energy instead of producing negative energy out there. Because it takes you a lot more energy, time, and effort to sit and type your negativity comments in the comment section. You have the power. You have the choice not to tune in. It's easy. It's a lot easier just to scroll up, scroll down, scroll left, scroll right, than to post your negative comment. If you don't like what's being played or talked about, kick rocks. It's that simple. Unsubscribe. Hit the unnotification for you won't get any future notifications. And that's the end of it. I'm pretty sure if you don't want me popping up in your feed, don't tune in. Because I know I watch certain things, and if it goes a few days that I don't watch it, they don't pop up on my feed no more. It's that simple. I don't get it, man. It's like the more you tell me not to do it, the more I'm going to do it. And if it bothers you, don't watch. Don't tune in. That's all I can say. I don't go and dictate what channel you're watching in your home. Because I'm exposing. That's two different things. You see, I'm exposing. That's two totally different things. It's two different totally things, man. I bring I show this documentary. No, I'm telling you, Peter Murray Hunter Club. If you don't like what's being watched or talked about, don't watch. What's going on? It's the Almighty. That's going good, bro. It's just been a minute, since I haven't played this documentary. Uh, and it's like it's this started out as some type of kangaroo court, and in any court setting or scenario, you have the evidence. The prosecution and the district and the defendant is going to be looking at that evidence over and over, right? Until new evidence comes. So basically, your defense and the prosecutors looking at the same evidence over and over, just going over it. Maybe they missed something the first time coming around. Maybe somebody new watches it, is interested in it. If it's not your cup of tea, you have the option of drinking it, right? I mean, nobody's forcing you to drink something that you don't like. And instead of expressing your negativity or comment on how you feel, as you would say, putting a bad review, don't visit the establishment. If it's already left a bad taste in your mouth, why visit the establishment again? I wouldn't go. I just don't get it. I don't get it. You have to sit there and expose, man. It's like the everything when you expose is not pretty, man. It's like an autopsy, right? To find out to the truth, you got to do an autopsy, right? And that's not the most beautiful thing to do, but you still have to do it to get to the bottom of the truth, right? So it's sad to say that we're in this genre that's kind of sinful and deceit, lust, deviancy. So in the middle of all that, you got to dig through all this smut to get to the truth. Nobody said this was clean business. Nobody said that this was a clean business, man. That's why you have to say you have to have a stomach for this type of business. Like a mortician. You know, Over here, we're not talking about this guy's sexual preference. We're not leaving it up to the visualization. It's already bad enough of what we're talking about. It's already leaving a, a bad taste in your mouth. But to sit there and be questioning, is this guy doing a 3 point, 4 point stance, whatever stance this guy is doing as a position center, it's two different things. They're in the process of exposing uh smuck business. Man, you bound to get dirty, man. It's not a clean business. You're about to get dirty. That's why you gotta say your prayers at night. It's called content, Peter. Peter, it's called content, man. It's called content. What is so? I mean, what is so? If Mark's on YouTube, Mark is content. Everybody else, Peter, are you Mark's word daddy, or is Mark your word daddy? Because let Mark speak for himself. No, Mark is the content for me. I'm glad. I'm glad. Like people. The less people that talk about it, hey, the more people are gonna come over here to me, right? So good. That means more business for me. The less people that talk about Mark, that means more business for me, right? Because people are gonna want to come and check what's going on with Mark. And since I'm the only channel reporting on Mark, then hey, all the traffic should come this way. If you don't like what's being reported or talked about, let me ask him. Let me reach out to him, man. I just texted him right now. I don't care about my channel growing, man. As long as Mark doesn't grow, I'm happy. Because everybody else that's still plotting and pleading right there, trying to scheme through the background, no, I don't worry about growing. There's plenty of more. Don't worry about it, man. You know what I'm gonna do to you? Since you're not a supporter of this channel, you can't comment over here, buddy. You're out of here. I'm tired of going back and forth with you. If you don't like what I'm showing over here, all you have to do is not watch. That simple. It's that simple. It's that simple. If I just texted Hips. Hey, bro, if you do that, look, I'll give you his cash app right here, man. And before you send him anything, let me know, man. If I can be like, hey, somebody's gonna send you something, man, but they want you to get on. Let me text him real quick. I texted him. Look, I'm gonna take a screenshot, man. People won't think that I'm lying, man. It's just, see, he texted me this morning. That's his new Cash App. And I texted him right now. I'm like, what's up, bro? They want to Cash App you for you to get online. I mean, he called me in the morning. We are. I just don't want to. I found the majority of the players already. Majority of the players have been found, but it's going to be. I can't rush these guys. You know what I mean? I have to let them be on their time and reach out to them because I already told you, man. This the victim. He's in the he's in a comfortable position in life, I would say. Don't worry about it. It's not going to be on your time, man. It's not going to be on your time. It's not going to be on y'all's time. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I know you don't need to know. As long as I know, you don't need to know. You don't need to know. In time, be patient. Go do your content. Don't worry about what I'm doing over here. If it's old, uh, new, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. One more stupid comment and you're getting banned. Simple as that. That simple. If you don't like what's being showed over here, I'm not getting mad because nobody's going to spin any kind of narrative or dictate on how I run my business. If you don't like it, kick rocks. That simple. Yeah, bro, but don't send him nothing yet. Don't send him nothing yet till he replies. Because if you send him something right now, man, I don't want to talk bad about hips, but uh, he's busy right now, man. Even it's. I'm gonna call him real quick, man. Let me call him real quick. Shit. Yeah, bro. I just finished getting off the phone with Hips right there. He said he got a few things going on. You know, he got a couple of things going on with people right now. He said he should be home by 10 o'clock. You know, I don't know if y'all could hear the conversation that I was having with them. I don't know if y'all could hear it. But I just finished talking to him. He said by 10 o'clock he should be home, and hopefully he said he's been trying to get a hold of me because he said he lost his phone and he lost all his contact, and he said he's been trying to contact me through the comments on YouTube, but I think if you put contact information, it's not going to go through. So he's probably been putting his phone number in the comment section for me to get a hold of him, and it probably doesn't go through. I haven't seen his number in the comment sections. So that's why earlier I did the thing. If somebody wanted to join the panel, it was $10, but that was just basically to cover his cost for anybody that wants to get on the panel and ask Kips those questions. Because I know the last time they were asking like we need to go find JD, but in reality it's going to be kind of hard, because we don't know who JD is. Those are just initials and abbreviations. John Doe, Jack Daniels. You don't know who JD is. And at this point, the only one that knows who JD is Mark. And Mark so far hasn't been so openly and truthful on who these characters are. All along, Mark knew who Honeybone was, who Reba was, and he stayed quiet. So now to ask Mark, hey, who's JD? Who was your first lover? Mark ain't gonna say. And that's why we need other people like Charles. Because I know they were asking Youngblood. They were asking Youngblood, did you witness? Did you hear? Did you see? And Youngblood, it's two different circles. But Hips did say, and it's gonna be kind of hard for Mark to say, yeah, this is who JD is. I don't think he's gonna come out and say, hey, this is who JD was. The only one I reached out to a few people in that documentary, which was it was a couple, a doctor, a man and a female. I think they're up in either Philadelphia. They're somewhere up in East Coast. They participated in doing the research for it. But when I reached out to them, they were like, "Man, if you need to know more about it, you need to reach out to Jonathan Schwartz." They kept on directing me to Jonathan Schwartz. They kept on other people that participated in that documentary, because you can go back on the credits. Yeah. See, the last time that Mark was in the comments, yeah, you can. There's a lot of people that are on the credits. Even if you go to the that website called IDDBM, or where it tells you the credits about the people that were doing the movies and whatnot. Because even I'm surprised that they give credits to Mendenhall. David Mendenhall has himself like a character. You know, he portrayed himself. So I don't understand. You know, if they what I want to know, how come none of these guys got any kind of royalties? You know what I mean? That's what I would be asking and be like, man, you know, how come? I don't know. You know what I mean? I guess I don't know, man. You know, that's a question for these guys to be asking. These guys be like, hey, this documentary still be shown. It's still shown on Tubi. Somebody had to get paid for that documentary to be on Tubi. I don't know how they make their money off Tubi, but for it to be still out there in the public circulating, then somebody's still getting paid. Yeah, that's that's helpful, but you also have to understand. You also have to take in consideration that a lot of these people were using middle names. A lot of these people have middle names, and that's what they were using. Like William Burnett. You know, his full name is William Jeffrey Burnett. So it just depends on what name they were using. Like Hips, you know, a lot of these guys got middle names, like Lamark Terrell Moore, but everybody knows him as Mark Moore. So he can easily have a profile under his name under Terrell Moore. So it's just you have to know all these guys' information to be able to pinpoint them. Yeah, I believe it. But I've gone to TikTok and there's really nobody really talking about Mark. I don't see Mark really on nobody really talking about him on TikTok. Unless I'm searching up the wrong keywords. Because I go to TikTok. Yeah, and that's probably he probably has multiple pages for multiple personalities. You know, he probably got one for family, one for fun and activities, and one for and stuff he's not supposed to be doing. Now he should be on here tonight, bro. I talked to him here in a little. I just got off the phone with him, and he said tonight he was gonna get on at 10 o'clock, and that's what he said. You know, I don't know if y'all could hear me with the conversation that I was having with them. But Hips said at 10 o'clock he'd be ready. That's what he said. That's what Hip said. I just, I got off the phone with him right now. I just called him when I was on the live with y'all. He picked up the phone. He said by 10 o'clock he should be home and ready. So that way, when he does get on the live, anybody want to get on and ask him those questions that you want to know, because uh, I'm not making the stuff up. Hips is the one that said he's seen him do this, seen him do that. Uh, the thing about it is that Hips put it on his mom. You know, I don't see no I don't see no grown man, putting something like that, on your mom's health, and standing on it and being like, nah, man, I put that on my mom. That, you know, because I guess Mark, when Mark questioned him like that, I guess he thought, Hips was gonna back away and be like, oh, nah, nah. But Hips said, I put it on my mom, and when you hear statements like that from a person like Hips, then uh, it's 10 o'clock right now in Texas. No, when hour. So when it's 11 your time, it'll be 10 my time. And that's why the 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 the, the victim was kind of hard to find, because there's another name in there. Yeah, he did. He did. He did. But I think Hips is at that point in their life where he just wants to move on from that. Be like, you know, we did a live when Young Blood and Hips, and I think Al Biz was on that live too, and Hips was like, look, yeah, man, look, I want to move on. Yeah, I did it. Move on from it. Hips, he wants to move on from it. But sometimes it takes, the only reason they were able to get John Gotti was through Sammy the Bull, right? And Sammy the Bull was no better than John Gotti, right? You could probably even say probably even worse, right? Because he committed to doing, I guess, 19. He was involved with 19, indirectly or indirectly. Uh, that's just the ones he's admitted to. So the only way they were able to get to John was through Sammy the Bull. Somebody, it's not as evil as John, maybe more evil. So it's the same thing, when you're in this dirty business, it's going to take somebody else that's in that same to expose what was really going on. You know, Youngblood came. He came. Say, oh, I watched Mark because he wasn't in that type of circle. So now, when I started hearing those kind of questions, I'm like, man, well, Hips was there. Hips done told everybody what Mark was doing, what he seen uh, Mendenhall say. What he seen Mark. You know, the text messages that Hips sent me. Yeah, Because Mark is the content, man. Mark is the content. It's like Mark is the content, man. And if nobody else is talking about him, then hey, I should be the number one source for Mark topic. Better for me, right? If nobody else wants to talk about it, then I'll continue talking about it. I mean, everybody else, what I don't get is Mark is a grown man. Mark is a grown man. Mark doesn't need other men talking for him. Mark can get on the live, he can join the panel, and last time he was in the comments lurking saying, man, uh I know I said some things, I did some things, but all those things, then people knew what they were doing. They got themselves into those positions. So little by little, Mark's coming out. Y'all go check out those comments that he was in the comments lurking. And he threw one thing out there saying, "Oh man, you're just concerned about me being gay." I said, "Nah, man, I'm not worried about that. I could care less about that. I'm just want to know if that documentary is real or not. That's it. I'm not spinning my own narrative and what positions, this position, that position. No, it's like that movie, Nicolas Cage, 8 millimeter or 10 millimeter. The widow found a movie and she wanted to know if that movie was real or not. If what she seen was real or not. Or here in a little bit. I'm gonna put it on here in a little bit. A few more minutes. So Mark, Mark can't get mad. He can't get mad. It's like this perfect. Here goes another one. People say, why do you continue talking about it? This documentary right here, if y'all haven't seen it, Life of Crime, y'all go watch it out. Y'all go. It's a very it's interesting, intriguing, and very sad story at the end. For each of the participants that was in that documentary, uh, towards the end, it's a it's a very interesting documentary that was made about 36 years ago, and then they did a follow up in 2020. And if y'all haven't watched it, man, you know, the female passed away from. She survived everything she was doing, man, from interaction with dudes with HIV, you know, the whole 9 yards of being on the streets and of being addicted. And for her to pass away during COVID because she was isolated and didn't have nobody to talk to. I mean, it's kind of a messed up way to go. You survive all those streets in the 80s, 90s, and just to get taken away. Yeah, I'm gonna play it right now. Just some parts. Some parts I won't show. Some parts you can't really. All right. Yeah, let me see. My bad, bro. Can y'all hear it? Let me see. All right. Here we go. This is the first. This is the first scene. It's gonna play it from the beginning. It's gonna be from the beginning. Uh, Burkett. I thought it said Burnett, but it said Burkett.
My first boy was JD. We were together for approximately 2 years before he went home on parole. Um, During those 2 years, we developed
Can y'all?
great feelings for one another. You know, he was like my shadow. Everywhere you seen me, you seen him. You know, we were best friends. It wasn't the relationship wasn't based on sex. You know, me fucking him in his ass. It was more than that. You know what I'm saying? I cared deeply about him. I woke up. First thing I wanted to see was him. Before I went to bed at night, the last thing I wanted to see was him. I was in love with him.
The game is in the penitentiary a set of rules dealing with homosexual activity. You know, you got what you call boys and sissies. Uh, then you got your man. Uh, so, I was looked at to be turned out, you know, what they call fresh meat. I ended up going to down to a room to smoke a joint. We was on the chain gang, 16 dorm at that time. And we ended up doing some other things, and that's what brought me in. Once you start something in here, you don't change it. They don't too easily let you do that. Once you're one way, you're always that way.
Create in me a clean heart, oh God, and renew the right spirit in me.
Alabama spends the lowest amount of money feeding inmates than any other state in the Southeast. Mississippi, Florida, Tennessee, Georgia. They spend 73 cents to feed people here. Now, at 73 cents, you're not going to get a good, nutritious meal out of 73 cents. I don't care where you stay at. This is a world within a world. You got everything under the sun. You got homosexuality run rampant. You've got gambling. You've got gangs. You got everything. You know. Josephine. Nice 6'8".
JG, am I righteous?
I looked for Jeffrey Tate in I found his Facebook page and his wife's Facebook page, but the last time he posted on that Facebook page was 2014. So I don't know if and I don't see him having multiple Facebook accounts. Him being so old, and I don't believe, because I found his Facebook. I think he was like I know he was religious. I might be wrong, but he could have been like a preacher or something to do with religion already. The last from based off his Facebook.
Dog. It's like he's like the older brother that I never had. I got unconditional love for him, not just because we both bloods, but because he's always been real to me. We've had our ups and downs and differences and problems, but we love one another. Seriously.
We was real close. Like I said, we was close. We just talk. We share our problems. You know what I'm saying? We used to share boys, and mainly he looked up to me. You know what I'm saying? To me, I was like his role model, the person he wanted to be like. You know what I'm saying? Everything that I done, he wanted to do, like my little brother.
People kissing my ass. They want to know how much I got in my sands. They make a kill misdemeanor. I run out of cash. It's like helium in my bank account, steadily rising. Ain't no more public housing. Nigga, my rent's outside. I'm around that mile before I blow up. Come on, before I keep it now. It was two clips. Your game. Ain't nothing.
The hustling part is because people don't have any money. And, there's no way to make money. This is how the game works. I ain't got no means of money. I got a box full of candy back there. Cookies, zuzus, and wham whams is what they call it. I'm going to loan it to another inmate. I'll let you get a pack of cookies for 2 packs back next week. If a man borrows too much stuff, it gets too far in debt. Either you fight for it and let him know I'm not going to pay you, so me and you just going to have to whoop each other's ass and we're going to go to lockup, or we're going to go back here and fuck, just ever how you want to do it. That's the way it works. He might have borrowed 10 suits and ended up fucking out his ass the rest of his life while he's here on account of 10 suits. Got him that way. Because 10 suits, if you can't pay it this week, it's going to cost you 20 suits next week. And the week after that, it's going to be 40 suits. So sooner or later, the man's going to step to you and tell you, hey, I'm tired of your shit.
Wait, take a boy like this.
I basically met Lamark Moore in 1996 or 97, one of Staten, and we were business partners. Okay, when I left and he left, we met up again here at Limestone in 2000. Okay, and it was the same scenario.
Hips went to the street and come back to prison. When he got to the camp, he owed out like $300-400